The Rush is sponsored by State Farm.
Welcome to this week's edition of The Rush. As always, I'm Danny Fry, and on this episode, we bring double basketball highlights at the Cavalier Classic over for boys team, and also we have girls highlights along with a wrestling sit-down with head coach Mosier. And now let's bring in Coach McCoy, assistant basketball coach for the guys, and guys headed into the Cavalier Classic, and let's take you guys' win up on Wednesday and took on Dunlap, and let's take a look at the highlights right now. The Dunlap Eagles and the Glenwood Titans here. First game of the Cavalier Classic starts out Peyton Allen, or that's actually Craig Fuchs off the glass. Getting a nice start for you guys.
Yeah, Craig's been shooting the ball outside pretty well. You see there Peyton going the lane. In this game, he only had one three-pointer. He was pretty aggressive in the early going. Get to the free throw line in a little bit, hitting the mid-range and getting to the line.
Dunlap trying to get something going. There's a spin and a jumper, but here's a three. Miles McAdams, one of his 4 in this ball game. He ended up with 14, coach.
Yeah, he's been really shooting the ball really well out of the early gates. He's given us a lot on the outside.
Passes were really good. Once again, Allen there with the floaters. We head into the second half. Titans in control at halftime. And there's Allen. Nice little scoop shot. But here, Dunlap's going to get the offensive rebound, and guys might need to tighten up that a little bit in the upcoming.
Yeah, we thought our defense and rebounding was a little bit lacking those first 3 games. Against Rochelle at the very end, we kind of tightened some things up.
Off of a Cole Harper block, there's Peyton there with the nice layup. And Dunlap, though, responds with a little something in the lane that falls. And the Titans, though, Peyton Allen, just what can you say when he drove to the hoop like that?
He's just hard to guard. He puts other teams in a little bit of matchup problems if they want to guard him with a big, because he's 6'5", he can usually go around him. But if they want to guard him with a smaller guy, he's got the ability to shoot over the top.
62-45, Titans the final. Allen dumped 38 points, and people wondering, was he done there? And no, we'll go into the LaSalle Peru highlight here, but describe the competition here at LaSalle Peru for Cavalier Classic.
Well, it's not anything that we'll see in the Central State 8, but it definitely got a lot of guys some playing time, just because we have some guys that are in the first year of varsity basketball. But Rochelle was down a little bit, but LaSalle Peru, they've improved. So it was what we thought it would be. It's not in your pressure type of teams like we'll see in the Central State 8 and on Saturday against Leo.
Also, something to add, Daniel Helm getting a little rest on his knees from the football season. He was not in action for any of the Cavalier Classic games. And with that said, let's head into another highlight. This is the next day at noon on Black Friday against the LaSalle Peru, the host team, the Cavaliers. And here Allen, corner 3, got it right off the bat. He ended up with 6 in this game.
Yeah, again, he's just lights out from deep, putting him some ball screens. If they want to play underneath, he's pretty deadly.
There's another from the corner. LaSalle Peru, though, able to get some off the glass, pretty much what they did most of the game. There's a nice runner that falls for the Titans, and here, nice spin move. That is Cole Harper, just a sophomore. He misses, but Craig Fuchs with the offensive.
Yeah, just a sophomore, but he stepped in first year of varsity basketball, and he's played really well, playing the point guard position, taking care of the basketball, and doing things right for him.
Allen sinks the 3 from the right wing, then heads over to the left wing and sinks another one. He was on from all over. And there's a nice left-handed layup there by Harper. Just a sophomore. Describe his play as we head into the third quarter.
Again, about 6'4", really long kid, and that's what we are as a team. We're really, really long. And Cole puts some teams in a bind if they guard him with their point guard that's usually a little bit small.
With a few mistakes in the second half for Glenwood, there's a turnover and a nice twist layup there by LaSalle Peru, one of the only things they could really cheer about. And even when Allen doesn't hit 3, Tyler Brown, now playing some varsity ball as a junior, able to put it back. Titans go on to win 72-50. Allen ended up with 32 points. Harper off the bat, or actually did Harper start that game?
Yes.
He had 13 points then. Cole Harper really filling out. He didn't play play any varsity time last year, but pretty much everybody else in the starting lineup, 4 out of the 5 guys started at one point. How important is that?
It's very important to bring some of those guys that have that varsity experience. Our bench, we don't have a lot of guys with varsity experience, but we were really impressed up at LaSalle Peru. We had guys like Josh Mashney and Tyler Brown, Cole Harper, like some of the guys you said, really step up and show us that they're ready to play.
Yeah, Titans went 4-0 in all the games. They beat Rochelle, and when Mashney, as you said, added, I believe, 14 points in that game against the Hubs. And moving on, now into the Sports Radio 1450 shootout on Saturday at the Convention Center at 6. And Chicago Leo, it's a private school, all-boys school, I believe. The Lions, what are you guys looking at them?
They're going to be similar to some of the teams we're going to see at city schools in Central State 8. They're going to be quick. They're going to get up in pressure. They had a couple of kids transfer out, a couple of kids that had some size. They're playing at Chicago Simeon now. But we wanted to play some more of these teams to get us ready against teams like East St. Louis that we saw and lost against last year.
Okay, thanks, Coach, and good luck over the weekend against Chicago Leo. And the Titans return multiple starters, and head coach Todd Blakeman and his team believe they have the talent for another 27-win season.
You get an experience back like that.
Okay.
You know, you expect to have a good season coming back, but at the same time, there's a lot of kids out there that are coming back. I mean, 2 or 3 bench players, and we're starting one that's never played varsity basketball. So, you know, it's gonna be a process. It's gonna be work in progress, and we'll just see what happens as we go to work here the next 2 or 3 weeks.
Glenwood Junior shooting guard Peyton Allen has high expectations for the Titans this season.
Team, me, and the coaching staff are all expecting a good year this year. We got Craig and Miles, myself, Cole and Daniel, so we're looking pretty good.
And with senior forward Craig Fuchs believes the Titans need to pick up where they left off last year.
Just really want to continue what we did. We're get more experience. I mean, play tough, defend teams, rebound. That's what we got to do.
The bench will have to come up big for the Titans this season.
I think everybody has to step up, including our bench. Like we did last year, our bench and our role players were really helpful, and that's what got us so far. So we need those guys to step up for us.
The Titans have a little different style this season.
The quickness is the thing that we have to adjust to. I think we're a little more athletic this year. I think we can get up and down the floor, but at the same time we have to play our style and we have to execute on offense, but we got to stop the team to beat the team.
The guys have a certain outlook on the Central State 8 this season.
There's not one team you can zone in on. The whole CSA is always tough, and it's going to be tough this year.
The CSA, like I've said before, is always a grind. You know, I mean, your city schools are always going to, all of them are going to be tough to beat. Then you add always a pesky Lincoln team and a very talented Jacksonville team. So, you know, I don't think anybody's going to run the table. I hope we are, or hope we do, but it's going to be tough to run the table in the Central State 8, and we just have to put ourselves each night to put ourselves in position to win and see what happens.
All right, tomorrow the Titans will head to the Prairie Capital Convention Center for the Sports Radio 1450 shootout against Chicago Leo at 6. Now let's shift to the ladies and some girls basketball, and we now welcome in the head coach of the Lady Titans, Coach Crossland, and he's the guest anchor for these highlights. You got O'Fallon and Taylorville, and how is it that you guys are 3-0, and how did the ladies start off to how big is that to start off to a really good start?
You always want to start off quick. It's nice to get some wins because our conference is such a strong conference for girls and boys basketball both. So I know that, Coach Blakeman's excited about the guys. We're excited about the girls, and, it's a lot of fun early on if you can get to that quick start.
And now let's take a look how you guys started at home, the season opener against O'Fallon here at Glenwood. Tip would you guys would get right off the bat as it would go to end up with a Maggie Julian jumper from the top of the key.
She's very talented. One of the many sophomores we have playing for us.
Here's another one, Maddie Torrey. Maddie Torrey with the jumper.
Yeah, she stepped in and played really well for us also. Here's Elena Bish. She saved us.
Couple seniors. She ended up with 17 points. That was an and when she ended up with a layup there, or excuse me, with a free throw there. And here's a layup from Nikki Hogan, who's going to be a key junior for you guys.
She really is. We like to get up and down and run the floor, and you can see that in these highlights. highlights as our girls are really putting a lot of pressure on O'Fallon.
Especially with a small team, that's what you guys are going to have to do. That jumper ends up rolling in for you guys. Got a lot of the hops there in their handle. Here goes Maggie June. She dishes it off inside Elena Bish off the glass.
She had 17 points. She also had 17 rebounds, and I really don't think that we win that game if she doesn't play as well as she played for us.
And here, final scores, you guys win it right there at the end. And a good non-conference test there from O'Fallon down by the St. Louis area. You guys win by 8, 43-35. Bish with 17, Julin with 9 points. And then you guys went up to Morden and defeated the Potters. And then you guys win at home and CS8 opener against Taylorville, which is usually a perennial power. Shifting coaches, McVicker's now moved over to coach the guys. And how is that taking on Taylorville, especially for your conference opener?
We knew it was going to be a challenge because, you know, one of the things we don't really have is very much size, and Taylorville's pretty big. They've got a couple of really good, solid post players, and we knew that was going to be a challenge going in, and it was. But we responded well, and you know, I'm happy with our effort. And
now let's take a look at those highlights here. Past Tuesday night, Glenwood and the Taylorville Lady Tornadoes. Tip will end up going the Titans' way, even though Taylorville got off to a 7-1 start, dumping it off to big girl Alex Norton. But here's a three. That is Kelly Graves from the corner.
Yeah, Kelly, again, another one of our sophomores, really hard to guard. She does a lot of things for us offensively.
How about Ellie Alexander? Had a ton of rebounds in him. I believe 13 points. She ends up banking that one in.
Yeah, Ellie had a big game against Morton as well, coming off the bench, really filling it up. She's one of the players we have that can really score when she's on, so we're going to look to her to continue to do that throughout the season.
There was Parker Bandy off a steal. She played great defense that led to 2 points. And talked about the Taylorville guards really weren't up to snuff, but there's Norville, 42.
Yeah, we played pretty hard in there, and we did what we could, but we had a lot of trouble matching up with her size. Like you said, the guards, there's Kelly with a steal, and that's really where we had a lot of our success, was pressuring the
She
guards.
dishes it out to Julin. Ellie Alexander showing she can shoot it too, not just going inside.
She can. She's very athletic, and we really think as she continues to get older, she'll continue to get better.
There's another three by Kelly Graves. She had a couple. She would actually... Free throws were key in this game. There were a lot of fouls on both sides, so that's why we're showing the free throws here. Very crucial, and really a 2-point game. It came down to those free throws. And what were you saying right there at the end to try and get your ladies to hold on?
We knew they were going to come and pressure, and we just had to send free throws, like you said.
There's one of them. There's a miss, though, with 5 seconds. Now, Abby Moats for Taylorville, trying to put up the shot for the win, though it was wide left, if you will, there. And you guys hold on, 40-38, and a great test against Taylorville. You guys moved to 3-0. Alexander, 13 points. Graves tallied 8 points. And girls taking on a tough Jacksonville opponent coming up, and also
well, we had to get rid of the bigs because they were huge and we're a very small team, so we had to have a lot of help on the backside.
I think it was just press, not giving up the ball, just being on defense. And that's our big game, is defense and rebounds.
Well, we got to keep it going. We have Jacksonville next, and they're a pretty good team, but they also lost to Taylorville, so we're looking forward to that.
Now Saturday you play at home against Peoria Richwoods, and how is it big getting key non-conference tests like Coach McCoy has mentioned?
We scheduled pretty tough. We knew we were going to be talented, and we really wanted to kind of find out how good we would be. So we went up to played Morton there. You know, they won 31 games last year. Richwoods won 27 games last year. They're always a perennial power. So it's a good test for us early in the season just to find out exactly where we stack up.
Okay, thanks, Coach. Good luck over the weekend against Richwoods. And now the girls also play on Saturday, but they play at home at the East or the Small Gym, whatever you want to call it, as they host Peoria Richwoods at 6:30. And now let's take a break in the action. We'll be right back with a special sit-down with head coach Mosier, head wrestling coach, and a feature on how Taekwondo builds confidence, all with Eric's Pigskin Picks. Stay tuned. Fat Willie's in Chatham is a great family restaurant that supplies a wonderful dining experience. We offer outstanding fried chicken and over-the-top walleye pizza. With quality products at affordable prices, Fat Willie's is the way to go. Open Monday through Saturday, 12 a.m. to midnight. Call us today at 217-483-6969.
Aaron, you're all set?
Great, thanks.
Mike, thanks for doing that discount double check. You saved us hundreds.
What was that?
The discount double check? It's when we comb through your policies to make sure that you're getting all the discounts you deserve.
No, I get that part, but you guys are doing my move.
The discount double check move?
It's my touchdown dance.
So you're a dancer?
No, I'm a quarterback.
Oh, quarterback.
More.
I'm a robot. Get out of here.
Get to a better state. State Farm.
Call Steve Bedford in Chatham for personal service and discounts that you deserve.
Kids, the breakfast is ready. Eat up. Your friend's gonna be here pretty soon.
I'll be there in a second.
Have a great day.
My friend's here, I'm leaving.
Be safe. Come home right after school.
All right, see ya.
Wow, your dads are really looking out for you.
That's not my dad. That's my family's financial advisor, Mr. Sullivan.
Sullivan Financial, looking out for your investments and your family.
Welcome back to The Rush, and here with head wrestling coach, Coach Mosier, and got a real big night of wrestling coming up. Well, tonight, Friday night, against, well, you got Southeast, Jacksonville, and SHG all coming in, but it's really for a great cause. It's for the Southeast head coach, Steve Rockford, and can you talk about what he's been going through and how we're going to help him out with this benefit Friday night at 6?
Steve Rockford's a dear friend of mine. You know, everybody loves him. He's got a family of 5 kids, and they're all really small. There's one in high school. He was diagnosed with Lou Gehrig's disease, a disease that, you know, really attacks the body, attacks the nerves, your muscles, the muscle function. The disease is ultimately fatal. So we're looking at raising money to help out the kids, help improve the house for some accommodations he'll need later on down the road.
Now describe, obviously, with Lou Gehrig's disease, will be pretty tough to coach. Besides how he's fighting through, he's also the JV coach at Southeast for football. And how is he fighting through this and still being able to coach?
Right. When I talk to Steve, you know, I think his attitude's what's getting him through it. He's really not a guy that's going to, you know, mope around and feel sorry for himself. So he's doing it the best he can. You know, there's some modifications where he may not be at school and stuff like that. But with him, he just pushes through and finds a way.
And now, how they're going to help him out. Here at Glenwood at 6 is the meet, but there's going to be T-shirts sold for $14 from Greco Graphics. And describe what portions from that go into helping Steve Rockford.
Right. I think it's anywhere from $3 to $4 goes to the Steve Rockford Foundation. There's also various items that are going to be for sale. That are like auctioned items they had at one of the other benefits.
Yeah, I think also car decals too they got for wrestling.
Right. We're making decals for them. And the important thing is everybody knows how we're doing it. We're going to start in the West Gym. We'll have the national anthem, and then we'll wrestle Southeast in the East Gym under the light. And then after that, we're wrestling Jacksonville under the light. And Southeast will be there for one meet, and then them and SHG will be out of there.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'll be handling the PA duties. It just should be a great night, and it really reminds me of a similar night, Wrestling for Kaylee night last year, which was wrapped up with Who Wins the CSA, which we ended up taking over Springfield last year, and then also Senior Night, all rolled into one. It was a great night, and just describe for Wrestling for Rockford what the atmosphere is going to be Friday night.
I think it's going to be an emotional atmosphere. I tell our kids, you may not be the home team because there's going to be a lot of people there, but that's fine. You know, the cause is bigger than, you know, anything like that. We're just going to come out and wrestle our best, and I know that Southeast will do the same, and we're all there for the main cause.
Okay, so that's the great cause on Friday night. But discuss your team this year specifically. Who are the key returners, mainly key seniors coming back for you guys? And you guys had a meet last week against Collinsville.
Right. Our key returners are we've got Nick Courtney coming back. He's a state qualifier. We got Sam Butler coming back. He's a state placer. Craig Randall's really looking to have a breakout year, finally get over that hump. And we got Vincent Bavetta and Rob Craig. You know, we got those guys that are out there, and you know they're our guys. So we're younger than we have been since I've been here, and we may have a weight open every now and then, but
until people get their weights down, it's going to be kind of a tough road, but I think that after Christmas, we'll be ready.
Now, after Friday night, very next day, you got the Glenwood Invite starting at 9:30, and should have some great matches. There's some great competition there.
Right. This is the toughest tournament that it's been in about 10 years because every team was so young last year, and they're all bringing back all their studs. It's crazy. It's like the it's like the whole area brought everybody back except for us. So it's going to be a barn burner.
Well, looking forward to good luck over the weekend to both meets. Wrestling for Rockford is at 6 o'clock and Friday night, and then also you have the final, the Glenwood Invite.
Yeah.
Glenwood Invite, which should have some great competition, as you said. But now moving on, we have a feature story on how Taekwondo can really affect the kids' confidence, improve their confidence. Self-defense, teachers teach self-defense, but they also improve a kid's character. The Rush's Erica Moser has more.
Many teens all across America are involved in different self-defense classes. Learning these techniques at a young age can benefit your growth as an adult and teach you life skills you use every day. Taekwondo students talk about how they have developed self-discipline in class.
Taekwondo has taught me self-discipline by the fact that you basically have to listen to everything your instructor tells you, and it just follows you out of here.
If you're here and you're talking, the master is talking, you will be punished. So it teaches you to be self-aware of your surroundings, like try not to act out when you don't have to.
One of the most important factors in a self-defense class is respect.
Everything we do in the class is based on respect, and showing respect first to ourselves, then to everyone around us, and to our class, to our martial art, to Taekwondo. I mean, it's not so much that we teach respect, it's that we just do everything with respect and with a respectful attitude.
The discipline here is very high rank, and respect is key, so it just follows you. It's basically a way of life now.
Just make sure everyone is shown as the higher rank. Always call everyone sir. It just teaches you how to be it's nice to everyone.
Gaining the knowledge of self-defense can boost a teen's confidence levels by putting them in an inviting environment.
Taekwondo has improved my self-confidence by the fact that whenever I started, I wasn't very social. I was very socially awkward. And now we're just one big happy family, and I feel I can be me.
The thing is, it's not how we teach self-confidence isn't really just based on what I teach or what Taekwondo is. It's based on Taekwondo filling in the gaps of what each student needs. Every student's different, every kid's different, every adult's different. They all have different areas they need to work on, and Taekwondo should be a way or a tool to help them work on the things they need to work on.
From The Rush, I'm Erica Moser.
All right, now it's time for the Rush's very own NFL Swami, Eric Burklow. And he'll take it over and pick this week's key games and choose a fantasy star. Eric, take it away.
What up, guys? This is my Week 13 picks. My first game is the 49ers at the Rams. The 49ers will win because they will run the ball successfully against that Rams defense this week, and they will create more turnovers than the Rams. And my next game, I got Seahawks at Bears. Chicago will win because Seattle is terrible on the road. They are 1-5. That's not going to get it done. The Bears will create more turnovers in the Seattle defense, and they have a +13 turnover differential, whereas Seattle is a +2. Next game is Patriots at Dolphins. The Patriots will win because New England has a better passing game than Miami, and they have a better turnover differential than Miami. New England's a +24, and Miami's a -10. So that will mean New England create a lot of turnovers defensively. And my upset pick, I got the Redskins over the Giants. RG3 will be very dynamic in this game with his running. Washington will need it more because there are 2 games back for the NFC East, and they really want that division. And my fantasy player of the week is Tom Brady. Why? Well, the last time he was in Miami, he threw for 517 yards and 4 touchdowns against the Dolphins.
apocalypse about to happen as Eric picked the Bears to beat the Seahawks. Good pick, Eric, 1916 Bears. All right, now it's time for another commercial break, but stay right there. We have the weekly debate with David Norris and Vidur Radaraman. Hope I pronounced that right. Up next.
Well, Mr. Raji, we could save you hundreds by doing a discount double check.
Not you too, Raji. You're on my team. You know that's my move.
The discount double check?
No, that's my touchdown dance, man.
Here we go again. Sir, you're not even doing it right. Raji, drop it.
Show me what you got, Raji.
What is this?
Come on now. You said you were a dancer.
Where are you going, buddy? Come on back.
Get to a better state. State Farm.
Call Steve Bedford in Chatham for personal service and discounts that you deserve.
That Willie's in Chatham is a great family restaurant that supplies a wonderful dining experience. We offer outstanding fried chicken and over-the-top walleye pizza. With quality products at affordable prices, that Willie's is the way to go. Open Monday through Saturday, 12 a.m. to midnight. Call us today at 217-483-6969. Welcome back to The Rush, and now we've hit the weekly debate portion here, and we got 5 minutes here to go over some key topics, and I bring in Glenwood varsity football player David Norris and Glenwood boys tennis player Vidur Radaraman on here for the weekly debate. Guys, thanks for coming on.
Yep. Thanks for inviting us.
All right, so first we'll start out with a little college football. And Notre Dame, first time in a while that they've been ranked atop, first time ever BCS standings, first time ever being top in the AP poll. And they're going to take on the winner of the SEC title game, most likely Georgia or Alabama. David, we'll start with you and go around to Vidur. Who is going to take on Notre Dame in that BCS championship?
I don't know much about college football. I don't follow the sport very much.
I know you're focused on the Chargers. We'll get to that in just a moment. But yeah.
I feel that from what I've heard from a lot of people, I feel that Alabama is going to be playing Notre Dame in the BCS title game because of their dominant defense.
And I don't really follow the SEC that much. I really kind of resent them a little bit. And Georgia, just don't see if they have as much firepower as they have Alabama. What do you think, Vidur?
Well, I think Georgia has the offense, but their defense is not as capable as Alabama's is. And Alabama also has Eddie Lacy at running back, and A.J. McCarron has pretty good arm there at quarterback.
Yeah, T.J. Yeldon there as well for Alabama. And besides they lost to Texas A&M, they have and LSU. They had a tough game there. McCarron had to come back. They rolled pretty much through everybody. And now let's move on to the NFL. Is there a team right now that is underachieving? David, you focus on the NFL. What do you think?
I feel I'm going to have to go with my Chargers. My Chargers are doing very poorly this year. They're 4-7 right now after a big loss to the Ravens that is very controversial, as everybody knows.
And with the Chargers, they have a lot of injuries, though. We'll go, due to time, let's go to Vidur here. And who do you think has NFL underachieved?
I think it has to be the Eagles, just because of all the dream team talk from a couple seasons ago, and just they have so much talent, they're just not playing well.
They probably will not win another game. Very last question. How did Ray Rice on 4th and 29 against your Chargers, how did he convert those yards? David, you should know.
Well, the Chargers were running deep coverage because it was 4th and 29, so they felt that it was an obvious passing situation. They took away the deep routes So Joe Flacco, being close to an elite quarterback, dumped it out to Ray Rice, and Ray Rice avoided some really shoddy tackling by Chargers defenders, and he was actually short, but they ruled it on the field that he got the 4th and 29, which sealed the Chargers' fate.
Okay, Vidur, how do you feel about how the Ravens were able to pull that feat off?
Well, I just think in a nutshell, it was just bad tackling on the Chargers'
It really
part.
was.
I don't know how
sorry,
you can convert
David.
that.
And David, very last question. This is directed towards David. Chargers, do you think they're going to fire Norv Turner coming up?
I feel they're going to fire Norv Turner, and hopefully they'll fire A.J. Smith too. He's made some very bad management.
Okay, that is the last here, and that's all the time we have for the 12th episode on The Rush this season. Make sure to head out to a basketball game tomorrow, whether it's the 1450 shootout for the boys at the center downtown at 6, or right here at GHS East Gym when the girls take on Richwoods at 6:30. Tonight is Wrestling for Rockford, the benefit here at Glenwood starting at 6 to see some top-notch CS8 wrestling. And right now, we gone.